how to innovate faster, and what types of innovation strategies bring the best results. Crum, Advanced Technology Manager at Rockwell Automation, is here to share his experience, his successes, but also his pitfalls. Welcome, Kyle, and it's great to have you on the show today.
Ronald, thank you. I'm excited to talk about both.
Yeah, you lead an innovation team, and innovation you need to be creative. But on the other hand, to be efficient, you need flawless execution. So, how to innovate faster in a disciplined execution model or provide creative freedom?
Yeah, Ronald, an excellent question. It's a combination of both. 100% efficiency is 0% creativity. If you map every moment of every day, you really don't have any slack time to think, right? So what we try to do is create space within a model that has clear delineated deliverables, right? And so you can iterate within that space, think and create, but then you don't have slack time at the end to wonder, like, what do I do with that result? And so your processes have to be disciplined, but they have to have a space within there to think and to actually iterate on a problem.
Yeah, you mentioned you need to iterate on a problem to solve. Everybody's looking for this one innovation to solve a problem that disrupts the market. And I'm curious what strategies will get you there. For example, you can focus on this one game-changing innovation, or you can linger with a purpose in a given technology area. Can you share your experience? What provides the best results?
Yeah, I think you said it well there with linger with a purpose. And so my team works on high risk, high reward evolutions, which means many of the initiatives we take on are going to fail. And if they don't, we're actually not taking on enough risk for the organization, for the company. So what we do is we campaign, we portfolio in an area. We think about a key gap or technology area that we know that the company needs to grow in. So a good example of this is augmented and virtual reality. 3 or 4 years ago, actually longer, 5 years ago, we started thinking about that. What are the use cases? How might we work with that? And so we created a portfolio of potential options, and we create those options and then deliver those to the business for decisions. We know many of those aren't going to work, and we know the technology area is going to grow as we're starting to look at it. And so, again, we talked about that disciplined model. We created slack time and space to think about a hard problem, but then we were responsible through a disciplined execution model to deliver that optionality to the business for action. And it ultimately resulted in some really great investments.
Yeah, and you manage R&D teams for a long time right now. How do you organize R&D teams to perform well? And can you also share your approach of what type of role R&D teams play in this modern organization and how they should operate?
Yeah, innovation and research and development in the modern world is a contact sport. The age of a solo kind of brilliant genius sitting in a basement and developing a technology is long gone. So really, the name of the game is multidisciplinary, multifunctional teams. When I'm looking for an innovator, when I'm looking for somebody to work on an R&D team, first element I'm looking for is emotional intelligence. Do you understand your impact on other human beings? Can you collaborate? You can be an amazing researcher in a particular discipline or area, but if you can't work with other people, if you can't use cross-disciplinary communication techniques, you're not going to be effective within the modern environment. So it's all about being able to cut down those barriers. It's all about empathy, being able to understand other people's positions, because you never know. There may be an element from biology that you're pulling into industrial automation. We have folks on our team that actually have dual degrees in digital fine arts as well as computer science. So we're looking for those kinds of people that have F-shaped, E-shaped talent.
You said in the beginning, 100% efficiency is 0% creativity. Can you elaborate on this?
Yeah, there's a lot of literature written in this area, but I think the best analogy is to think about like a mountain climber. When you're going to go scale a peak that's never been climbed before, you try different approaches. You look at the problem from different ways, right? So it may take weeks to realize, this is the exact route that's proper to go up that mountain. And so good innovation teams, good research teams take the same approach. There's that, like I've been referring to, slack time, where you look at the problem, you try an approach, and then you fail. That doesn't work. So you pull back and you try another approach. And those two approaches may spur you to think about a different approach. There's a reason why everybody says great ideas come to them in the shower, right? Because that's when they have downtime. So when we build a culture, an innovation team culture, we make sure to build in time and emotional safety for these teams to be able to whiteboard and to read a textbook and to sharpen their skills in maybe an adjacent technology area, because 100% efficiency is 0% creativity. But again, within that disciplined execution model, they have an end. They know that they're accountable to results. And sometimes that result is, we can't do this. Either physics doesn't allow it, or the current computing, capabilities don't allow it. But where that disciplined execution model then captures those results and stores those for the future. And so that's what I really mean about being able to balance that creativity time and the emotional safety to go and do that multiple approach kind of activity within that constructive context of a disciplined execution model.
Yeah, I really like the way you combine these creative tasks with disciplined work approach. Kyle, thanks for sharing your innovation strategies from your daily experience. It's very helpful for everyone who needs to speed up their innovation. And for the audience, thank you for watching, and we see you next time.